welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Doyin Okupe, the former Director General of Peter Obi presidential campaign, lied that Peter Obi did not win the 2023 presidential election, or that Peter Obi lost the presidential election of 2023. And to show that Doyin Okupe lied, that's why I'm doing this video in response to that his lie, that Peter Obi did not win, and that it was the APC presidential candidate that won. I agree that APC presidential candidate was announced by INEC as the winner of the election, but if that election had been free and fair, it is Peter Obi that won. But the election was not free and fair. But let us show you that Doyin Okupe lied when he claimed that Peter Obi did not win the election, and I will destroy all the premise from which he came to his conclusion that Peter Obi did not win in this video. So stay tuned. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, there have been several reactions from social media users after the former Director General of Peter Obi presidential campaign council, Doyin Okupe, shared a video titled "Why Peter Obi Lost 2023 Presidential Election" on his page. One of the claims in the viral video that he shared is to say that, one, and I quote him, Labour Party had no structure going into the election. He said another reason is that the party had no polling agents in more than 80% of the polling booths across the nation. Doyin Okupe said that, and I quote him, he said, Obi and I, note that statement, Obi and I went into the election, but we lost. Because I'll get back to that, Obi and I went into the election, but we lost. People are saying that I shouldn't say that we lost, but the truth remains that we lost the election. They said APC rigged. Which party did not rig? Which election has not been rigged since 1999? I took part in all the elections since 1999 to date. That's Doyin Okupe. Then let me begin to dismantle his lies, one after the other. First, it is an insult on the intelligence of Nigerians for Okupe to say that Obi and I went into the election, but we lost. Obi and Doyin Okupe did not went into any election together. Doyin Okupe lied by saying that Obi and I, that's him himself, Doyin, went into election with Peter Obi. It was a lie from the pit of hell. Doyin Okupe told a big lie that he and Obi went into the election together. This is because before the election that took place in February 25, 2023, Doyin Okupe had already resigned as the Director General of the Peter Obi Presidential Campaign Council. And he resigned in a letter dated December 20, 2022, addressed to Peter Obi, the presidential candidate, after he was jailed for money laundering with an option of fine in a case preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. So if he was jailed by EFCC, by a court, following allegation against him by the EFCC, for which he resigned in 2022. How did he and Obi went into election in 2023? By that election, he had already left the Labour Party. Even his party in his Ogun state or thereabout sacked him as a member of the Labour Party. So it is a lie. So he started his own narrative from a lie and ended it with a lie too, which I will prove to you here. So he didn't campaign, he didn't run the election with Peter Obi for him to claim that Peter Obi, I wanted to do the election. No, you and Peter Obi did not go into election. You have already been sacked or you resigned. Of course, I know the reason why he resigned. Because the Peter Obi campaign was the only campaign that was not tainted by corruption. You can't say anything about that of the All Progressive Congress candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where if you just type his name and type corruption, you see all kinds of things having linked to him, allegedly. Or you type Atiku Abubakar of the PDP. Peter Obi was the squeaky clean campaign. So it was seen as a dent on the Peter Obi campaign for him to have continued to stay there after the court had already convicted him, even though they gave him an option of going to jail or pay fine. So he has to leave the same because his continuous stay in the campaign would have done a lot of irreparable damage to the campaign, because Peter Obi campaign was run as a squeaky clean campaign. The man with impeccable character, the man who is not linked with any corruption, unlike the other two major candidates in the race. So he left. Having left, Akin Oshuntoku was the one that ran the election with Peter Obi. Akin Oshuntoku emerged as the DG. It was Akin Oshuntoku that took Peter Obi to the campaigns and then eventually was with him during the election and after the election. Akin Oshuntoku can change tomorrow and decide that he doesn't want to be part of Peter Obi campaign, but that's fine. But for Doyin Okupe to claim that he was the one that ran the election with Peter Obi, that's when he began to sell out lies to deceive members of the public. Good enough, people like us who are record keepers of events in Nigeria will always come up and show them that they can deceive only a few when we are around to show the truth. Now, Oshuntoku himself, that actually contested the election, if you can use that word, with Peter Obi, that was with him during the election, strongly believes that Peter Obi won the election and not as well Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress. In fact, there was an interview that Akin Oshuntoku granted AIT, where he said that Peter Obi won 90% of polling units in military areas. So Peter Tinubu did not win presidential poll, he said. Oshuntoku insisted that Peter Obi won that election and that the election was rigged. And I did a video, which I will put a link at that time, where I shared the polling unit results of all the military areas in Nigeria. Military areas mean all the military barracks, all the polling units in military barracks in Nigeria, both in southern Nigeria, northern Nigeria, everywhere. Peter Obi won 90% of the vote cast in those military areas, which shows that those military areas were the areas that APC or PDP could not regain the election. Those areas were relatively free and fair, and P2B won all of them, both in northern Nigeria and southern Nigeria. And somebody had already done a serious research, PhD research on it, gathered all the polling unit results in all the military barracks, military formations, military institutions, where there were polling units. P2B won 90% of the votes that were cast there, which was an indication that even the military in Nigeria preferred him to be their commander-in-chief, having won 90% of the votes that were cast in military areas across Nigeria. If that doesn't tell you anything, I don't think anything will tell you anything. It was an indication, as I said, that our men in uniform, men and women in uniform, preferred Peter Obi to be their commander-in-chief, having won 90% of the votes. I did 2 videos on it, where I read out all the results from all the polling units in military areas in Nigeria. Search it, go to Paul Wadema videos, search it. I will put one link, I will put one of the links here, under here. Search it, go and watch it. I was giving you the result as was even uploaded in the IRIF. So that you know that we are not here this channel is not here to play to the gallery. And Akin Osuntoku is aware of this, and he said it also on AIT, that Peter Obi won the election. So Akin Osuntoku is the one that was in the election proper, not Okupe, because whatever Okupe had was hearsay. He was already out of the picture. He had already left the Labour Party. He was suspended by his Labour Party in Ogun State. He was out of the picture. Was totally out of the picture before the election. So he lied that himself and Peter Obi ran the election and they lost. No. Peter Obi ran the election and he won, and it was rigged. Okupe, you were an outsider at that time, and you are not in a position to say the thing that you said, that you and Obi ran an election. No, you did not. Now, another point he raised, which I found disingenuous of Okupe, is to say that Labour Party has no polling agents in 80% of the polling units in Nigeria. So how did Labour Party win 11 states plus Federal Capital Territory Abuja in that election? That's based, if I were to assume that INEC result should be believed, the INEC result should be believed. Why did Peter Obi won 11 states? Where did they get the agents with which they were able to win 11 states plus the Federal Capital Territory Abuja? Where did the agents come from? Because for you to win 11 states plus Abuja, and which they now claim that Abuja is a state by the Supreme Court, when we are told that before you can be declared president, you must get 25% of the vote cast in Abuja, the Supreme Court of Nigeria changed their mind and now gave us the impression that Abuja is now a state. So if Abuja is a state, it means that Peter Obi won 12 states. So where did they get the polling agents to prosecute that? Because that time I checked, we have about 36 states plus Abuja. So if you divide 36 states plus Abuja, you are getting about 18 states or thereabout. 18 states. Okay? or 18.5 states, almost 19 states. So, which is over 50% of the states in Nigeria, because Peter Obi winning 12 states mean that he won over how many percentage of the states in Nigeria? Because we are talking about 37 states now, and Peter Obi won 12. That's more than 20%, because Okupe is telling us that Peter Obi had polling unit agents only in 20% of the states of Nigeria. And Peter Obi won 12 states. So where did they get the agents which they won that election, with which Peter Obi supposedly won those states? Peter Obi, we know that Peter Obi won overwhelmingly, which even the European Union and every other people who are independent minded was able to show that that election was not free and fair. So it's not a question of pulling agents. Because if you were pulling agents, how did Peter Obi manage to win 12 states? We're telling you that the whole election was compromised. It was allegedly compromised. So how did he win? How did Peter Obi win 12 states when he had only 20% of his agents available for the election? 80%, he didn't have 80% of polling unit agents. So how did he manage to do it? Which miracle did he used to do that? In any case, is it polling agents that win election or the people that vote? Is the job of INEC to count the votes of the polling agents, or to count the votes of Nigerians? Is that not what is supposed to be the job of INEC? Is it to count the agents or Nigerians based on what the vote they cast? He also went into talking about structure. You know, structure had always been the issue. Before the election, they say Peter Obi has no structure. He has no structure. There's nothing they did not tell. Even the governor of Anambra State, he said that Peter Obi cannot even win any state. In fact, even if Peter Obi is to win, get any vote in Anambra, it's because of homeboys, for homeboys' sake. That's what Professor Soludo was bandying about all over the place, making noises on people like that. They said Peter Obi has no structure. That's the same thing Doyin Okupe now. I know several places where Doyin Okupe defended this same issue of lack of structure. I don't want to bring up all this to embarrass him, because I can bring them up where he was saying that it's not true that Peter Obi has no structure. So why should he be speaking through both sides of the mouth? This same structure, I can bring out to you where Doyin Okupe, and I will put the link under this video, where Doyin Okupe was defending that Peter Obi has structure, that the structure is the people of Nigeria. This is Doyin Okupe. Now he is coming out, instead of saying that he is looking for a job with Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that they get him a job. He thinks that for him to be able to be given the job, he must first of all demonize Peter Obi, demarcate him, and say all kinds of lies about him. So what is this? What is the structure they are talking about? The structure is the people of Nigeria, and the people of Nigeria made their point. Had it not been, had that election been free and fair, the Nigerians spoke unequivocally where they stood in that election. You're talking about structure. It's annoying sometimes how these people think that they can play with the intelligence of Nigerians. In any case, which structure of Labour Party? Let us assume, without considering, that Labour Party does not have structure. And if suppose they even have, Okay, let's assume they also have. So which structure would have stopped INEC from shutting down the electronic transmission of results as they did in that election and blamed it on technical glitches? Which structure would have stopped that? Okay, Labour don't have structure. Okay, but PDP is assumed they have structure. They have been around for so long and they have been in control of levers of power in Nigeria. They don't have structure too. So how many that PDP did not stop INEC is when INEC switch off the electronic transmission of the results and blamed it on glitches. And former Minister of Information, and I cannot stop saying it, Lai Mohammed, said that INEC deliberately switched it off because of fear of cyber attack, which was not true. There was no attack on the server of INEC. Amazon Web Services that provided backbone protection for INEC server said there was nothing like that on February 25. And in any case, if there were attack on INEC server, why didn't it affect the National Assembly election that was held the same day? Why didn't it not affect that one? Why? Then Doyin Okupe now concluded by saying that by admitting that APC rigged the election. He said that they said that APC rigged the election. He said which election was not rigged in Nigeria. He said that it has been around since 1999, that every election had been rigged since 1999. At least he admitted that the election was rigged. So why is he saying that Peter Obi did not win when he admitted that every election since 1999 was rigged? It means that Tinubu rigged the APC rigged the election because it was APC government that conducted that election. So how can he be speaking through both sides of the mouth? You say that Tinubu won, and at the same time you say that no election has been free and fair since 1999, that every election has been rigged. So what are you saying? What are you saying? Like I said, if Okupe is looking for a job to be a spokesperson for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he can apply and come and help perhaps Ajuri Gilali and Bayon Anoga and several other people, because Tinubu has the highest communication aids in recorded history. There are so many other people, we are not hearing their name, who are in the presidency, minding, they are at several layers of spokespersons for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He can decide to join them, but he don't have to embarrass himself by telling lies to Nigerians. That's the truth. You don't have to descend so low for him to be accepted in that group. He has been a spokesperson for Obasanjo. He has been a spokesperson for Jonathan. He said he has been in all elections. We know that being a spokesperson is where he has found his niche. Being a medical doctor, he has never been appointed as Minister of Health by any administration since 1999. He has always been found worthy as a spokesperson, which is okay. That's his niche. If that's what he wants, let him go about it through the due process and apply so that they will recruit him. Unless you want to join people like Reno Mokre and what's the name? This one from Borno State, Daniel Bola, and all those other ones that many believe are already well taken care of by the government. to be attacking Peter Obi every day. He can join them. Or has he joined them? That should be the appropriate thing. Maybe he has joined them. We may never know. Maybe he has joined them. Because he will be a big catch for them. Somebody who had done DG for Peter Obi to join them. That would be a big catch. Big catch for them. Again, if Peter Obi did not win the election, why do the government of the day have such a large assemblage of people attacking Peter Obi every day? Why do they have so many people that many Nigerians allegedly believe that they were hired? Every day Peter Obi is attacked. Peter Obi that came third, according to them. Why did they amass such array of attack dogs against Peter Obi, the man that came third, several months after the election? It is because they know that Peter Obi won. So they want to make sure that he doesn't win again in 2027. That is what it is all about. Like that Carnegie used to say in one of his books, how to stop worrying and start living. Nobody kicks a dead dog. If not for the threat that Peter Obi posed or poses ahead of 2027, they will not amass all the people they have amassed to be attacking Peter Obi every time they are scrutinizing his Twitter handle. Every now and again they are scrutinizing what he said anywhere. It is because they know. They stole it from him. And they know that he could be able to pull the same thing again in 2027. So we have to keep him in check by him being attacked ruthlessly. Another proof that Peter Obi won was the attack that are being hauled on Labour Party. The plot, the ongoing destruction of Labour Party was to deny Peter Obi a place to challenge them again in 2027. If this did not convince you that Peter Obi won the election, I don't think anything else will convince you. That's my take on this. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.